very simple, very simple. Well, Deuteronomy is known as kind of giving the law again. The Ten Commandments show up again in Deuteronomy 5. They're about to enter into the Promised Land. This is 40 years later, so after you're done with the book of Numbers. 40 years later, and Moses is preparing the people to go into the Promised Land. So again, this question comes up. We're going to go into the Promised Land. What's our relationship to Jehovah, to our Lord? What's our relationship to one another? So Moses is answering the same question. And he does that by several times. And so I wanted to look at a few of these passages. And you'll begin to see, I think, a recurring theme. Obviously, I titled the slide Love of God, but that'll tip it off like a pink sponge. But Deuteronomy 6, verses 4 and 5 is the main passage, and I read this a couple weeks ago. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Okay, again, Jesus calls this the great commandment. So what is the greatest of all commandments? It's this one right here. It quotes from Deuteronomy. What's our relationship to God? Our relationship to God is supposed to be one of love. It's a term of endearment. Okay, so yeah, we talked a lot about fear of the Lord before, but there's another side to that, which is the love of God. Deuteronomy 10, verses 12 and 13. This is after the golden calf incident. But he says, or he rehearses the golden calf incident. In chapter 10 of Deuteronomy, he says, Moses is making the second set of commandments. He's talking about making the second set of stone tablets. Okay, so the golden calf story, Moses up on the mountain, he's getting the Ten Commandments. He and Joshua come back to camp, and Moses throws the Ten Commandments down on the people, and they break. So Moses has to go up to the mountain and get another set of tablets. Okay, so that's what he's doing here, another set of Ten Commandments. In verses 12 and 13, Moses says to the people of Israel, "And now, Israel, what does the Lord your God require of you? But to fear the Lord your God," so there it is again from Proverbs, "to walk in all his ways." Those two phrases should remind you of Ecclesiastes 12, verse 13. "To love him, to serve the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul." So love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and might. Here, to love the Lord, to serve the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul. And to keep the commandments and statutes of the Lord, which I am commanding you today, for your good. So this again is the relationship that man is to have with God. Deuteronomy, then if you just drop down to chapter 11, and I could read all of chapter 11 for sake of time at the moment, but chapter 11, verse 1, Moses says, "You shall therefore love the Lord your God, and keep his charge, his statutes, his rules, and his commandments always." Okay? So it says, again, love the Lord your God. And I put in there verses 18 through 21, because this is a parallel to Deuteronomy 6. So Deuteronomy 11, verse 18, he says, "You shall therefore lay up these words of mine in your heart and in your soul. And you shall bind them as a sign on your hand and frontlets between your eyes. You shall teach them to your children," etc., etc. You shall put them on your doorposts. This is almost, it's not verbatim from Deuteronomy 6, verses 6 through 8, but it's, or 5 through 8, but it's nearly identical to the Deuteronomy passage. Then I'm jumping all the way to the end of the book. I mean, there's other passages you can look at. Deuteronomy 30, verses 15 and 16. Now, this is towards the end of the book, so it's towards the end of Moses' life. He says, "See, I have set before you today life and good, death and evil. And this is talking about chapters 28 through 30. If you obey the commandments of the Lord your God that I command you today, and now notice the next phrase, by loving the Lord your God. How do you fulfill the commandments of God? By loving Him. If you love God, you will do what is right. Now, I'll stop for a moment there, because often we're taught, if we teach, especially when we're talking about children, or a young disciple, if you know what is right, you will do what is right. Now, have you ever had a child who knew what was right and did the opposite? Did you ever have an adult in your life that you were trying, and you said, don't do that, or do this, and they did the opposite? They knew what was right, and they did the opposite. In your own life, have you ever had a time where you knew what was right and you did? Okay, so we get the point here that there's something more than just knowing what is right in order for us to do what is right. We have to, if we are really going to do what is right, we have to know what it is. Don't get me wrong. But it's our love for God, our love for what is right, that ultimately gets us to do what is right. So, and this is what Moses is saying here in chapter 30. If you love God, the commandments are easy. If you love God, they're not a burden. They're not hard. Read Psalm 119. I wanted to put some Psalm 119 verses in here, but we're out of time anyway. But look at how, and I think it's King David writing Psalm 119, look at how he loves the law of God. Why? Because he loves the one who gave the law. He's a man after God's own heart. And therefore, the commandments become easy. So it says, keep the commandments of the Lord your God that I command you today by loving the Lord your God, by walking in his ways, by keeping his commandments and his statutes and his rules. And then the blessings will come to you. And then I have another cross-reference there, Deuteronomy 5:29. Oh, yes. I was trying to remember why I put it in there. Deuteronomy 5:29 is kind of an aside. It's like God is telling Moses, this is what I want. Deuteronomy 5 is giving the 10 Commandments. And God is talking to Moses, and for a moment, it's almost as if, obviously it isn't, it's almost as if God just says to Moses, almost alone, almost as an aside, and Moses hears it and writes it down. But verse 5, verse 28, the Lord heard your words when you spoke to me, and the Lord said to me, I have heard the words of this people, which they have spoken to you. They are right in all that they have spoken. What they spoke, what the people spoke, is referring to Exodus 24, is everything that the Lord commands, we will do it. And we will be obedient. That's what they say in Exodus 24. That's what the Lord is saying. They are right in all that they have spoken. Now look at verse 29. Oh, that they had such a mind. Now in most translations it's the word heart. And I prefer the word heart as a translation. Oh, that they had such a heart as this always, to fear me and to keep all my commandments, that it may go well with them and with their descendants forever. You ever find yourself in a situation where you want the best for somebody else, and you think, and the word "oh" really does come to mind. Oh, I wish that they would just do that because it would be good for them if they made that choice, if they did that thing, if they followed that path. I wish that they would do that. Regardless of the circumstances, regardless of what happens, that's what I want them to do. And the Lord turns and says, the people of Israel said they're going to keep all my commandments. And then almost as a sigh, he says, oh, that they would have such a heart in them, that they would do it. Knowing full well that they don't have the heart in them to do that. So, what we gain from this quick review of Deuteronomy and this relationship between God and his people, which I think applies to us as well, this level is by how do we come to know God as the source of truth? Well, we really come to know God as the source of truth by our relationship to Him. And the more we love God, the more we understand His perspective on the things in this world. And we understand what is true and what is false, ultimate truth, ultimate falsehood. We understand those things. We understand what is right and what is wrong. And we also have to include things we haven't talked about yet, which brings us all the way back to, oh, that was a slide. Now I've lost the slide. I went too far. Are you going to rescue me, Jeremiah? Thanks. Brings us all the way back to here, also how we feel about things in the world. There are certain things that God loves in the world, and there are certain things that God hates in the world. And that also is part of our makeup. It's part of who we are as human beings. And so we learn all of those things, and then we can understand what's going on in this world. Okay, so I did a lot of talking. The kids are out of Sunday school class now. But any questions or comments on what we covered here?
I often wonder what's that thing up in the sky? The sun has been around for years and years and years and years. What keeps it burning?
Oh, right. There are so many questions that humans just don't have the answer to. We know that if the Earth were just a little bit closer to the sun, just a little bit farther away from the sun, human beings could live here. But we don't understand the sun. It's like I mentioned about animals. There's so much about animals we don't understand. We just use the word instinct to basically state we don't understand it. You start mounting up all of human knowledge and compare it to what we don't understand, there's far more that we don't understand.
I often think of the global warming people. They see that the icebergs are melting and all that, and yet they never mention this is all fresh water. How'd they get there? They don't believe in a worldwide flood. And something happened when the flood happened, and things instantly froze, and they're going to thaw.
Right.
And it's happening.
Yeah, when you get into things like the global warming versus the ice caps, or my favorite illustration is in Siberia, you have tropical plants and tropical animals living in Siberia. Is that an okay temperature for the Earth? Because they seem to thrive. So who says what the right temperature is for the Earth? Because they did okay back then. But what changed?
Something happened.
All right, good. Well, this was I thought this was a good lesson. I think we made some progress with it. So I don't know how you felt, but it's all about me. Randy, since you're in the back, would you like to pray for us?
Father, again, we just thank you again for this opportunity to be here this morning. We're thankful, Father, for folks like Pastor and Eric that, Lord, they're well learned in your word and able to teach to others. We're just thankful for that. Thank you for this time again here this hour, Lord, as we think about worldviews and, Lord, our beliefs, how we live our lives, Lord. Help us to be focused on you, first of all, and Lord, help us to love you as we should. Just pray you guide us in this day, through the week. Just pray you bless, use us for your glory. We praise for in Christ's name.
Right.